Please.
Yes. So I actually have many questions, but since I'm hungry and
Please keep it short.
okay.
They're
So I
hungry
have a
too.
question for Gongsang, and I have a question for Professor Wilson. So for Gongsang, when you were stating the fact of the protest in Hong Kong, seems like you are pushing a tone that like setting up, pushing the protest and the government or the police against each other by stating that the protest was being pressed or beaten somewhat by the police. So can you also explain the fact that some police got knifed in the neck by the protest, and some police got off from work and they got thrown by the gas bomb and were trying to get murdered by the protest? Or even you said they don't have anything. Can you explain the arrow, the brick, the gas bomb? And even if they really don't have anything, can you explain how or why they would expose all the police or many police, including their families' private information online, including address and all other information? What I was trying to say is only the government pushing to this kind of situation, or the protest should take some sort of responsibility?
Okay. Let's answer that question first. Okay. I know you have a second question for Dr. Wilson, but if you can hold on to that, so we can actually have a chance for everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. What you have said so far is right. It's right. Now, as I said at the very beginning, I would see the current political movement in Hong Kong right now, I would use the word secular Messianic movement. It is a secular, so it has a lot of limitations, a lot of defects. I'm not trying to romanticize what is going on in Hong Kong, even though I'm more sympathetic with the protesters. But as what you have said, there is something wrong there. That's true. Now, but before, I would like to fully agree to what you have said so far. I just want to point out 3 points here. At the very beginning of the protests in Hong Kong, starting from June, I think up to July 21st, the people in Hong Kong, the protesters, always saying that the police are the scapegoat. So it is the responsibility of the government. It has to respond to the people. But the Hong Kong government failed to do it. And what the Hong Kong government does is to push the police going into the front line to confront to the protester. So that's why before July 21st, I tell you, the people in Hong Kong stand on the side of the police, saying that they are the scapegoat. They do not want to do what they are asked to do, but they are paid for that, so they have no choice. So they are the scapegoat. So when you go back to the history and you look at all the, about the news, about the words in the Facebook by the protester, we always consider that the police are the scapegoat. Okay, that's the first point. And the second point is that, as I mentioned also in my presentation, on July 21st, this is a turning point, because on that day, well, you can go to the website to see a lot, the ordinary people are attacked by the white shirt people. And even though I'm not staying in Yuen Long, 2 hours ago, I also received a WhatsApp from some of my friends saying that don't go to Yuen Long, there will be something happen. As an ordinary people, I also received such kind of WhatsApp. How can we say that the police does not know what is going on? So that's why there is a very strong belief among the people in Hong Kong on that attack on the ordinary people. It is not just only someone against the protester, but such kind of against the protester got the permission and endorsement from the police, because the police got the news and then they were not there. They were late for 40 minutes. They said, no, we do not wait late for 40 minutes. We only were late for 39 minutes. And then there are 2 police there. A lot of video has shown us that. And they see what happened, they turn away. So this changed the attitude of the relationship between the police and also the people in Hong Kong. So I just want to tell you the historical fact. Now, the third point, I would say, how can we solve the tension or dilemma or even some kind of misunderstanding between the police and the demonstrator and the protester? The only way to solve it is to set up an independent inquiry commission. Not only look at what the police have done, but also look at what the protesters have done to set up such kind of independent commission. And such kind of independent inquiry commission is not standing on the side of the police, not standing at the side of the protester. This is an independent. Then we can look at all this matter, whether the police, whether to see whether the police have done something wrong or whether the protester have done something wrong. We need to have such kind of full-scale independent investigation. That is the only way to solve the problem. But unfortunately, until right now, the government refused to do it. And also the police say to the government openly, you can see it from all the websites, and the police say to the government, we do not need to have an independent inquiry commission. Well, it is a little bit strange to me, because if the police are brutally beaten or attacked by the protester, we need such kind of independent inquiry commission to look at what is really happening. Unfortunately, as I say, both the government as well as the police, they refuse to do it. If so, then such kind of accusation to one another will still keep on and go on without any way out. So that's what I would like to respond. Thank you very much.